This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast transmission.
Today, the formation of a Commission on Unalienable Rights.
This week, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo announces the creation of something called the Commission of Unalienable Rights. And what he seems to be trying to change are the standards by which we evaluate what is, hear me out here, what is or what is not, speaking globally in terms of country by country, what is or what is not a human rights violation.
Donald Trump's Secretary of State and former CIA Director Mike Pompeo has taken it upon himself, along with some helpers, to redefine human rights, and they have developed a commission in the United States to promote human rights around the world based on natural law. The commission is headed by a U.S. ambassador to the Vatican, Mary Ann Glendon. Now, natural law really means the laws of nature created by God. However, what is being promoted is not necessarily God's biblical law, nor will this natural law be true natural law, as I will get to. You see, we are told that Pope calls for universal recognition of the natural law as the basis of human rights. But not only is he calling for it, but Pompeo is calling us to recognize natural law for the basis of human rights as well. Furthermore, if this new commission is headed by the ambassador of the Vatican, just what is the agenda here? In short, it's Catholic law. Even these news reporters are seeing it and somewhat shocked by it. Notice.
In this new commission's charter that he just created, or announced the creation, that was posted on the Federal Register in May, it actually made no mention of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and instead invoked what's called natural law, which implicitly implies something about God-given rights and actually implicitly challenges what are man-made laws, right? So many are saying that he seems to be making this sort of faith-based determination.
Hold on.
Using the state as an apparatus, yes.
Is he Catholic?
Yeah, he's actually associated with the evangelical Presbyterian.
Do you know what natural
Church.
law is? Natural law was something established by St. Thomas Aquinas. Law natural, which means that basically all the laws are given to us by God, and we have to use those laws and then enforce them on a global or national standpoint. I didn't know this. I mean, this just, you said natural, that's what that is.
Well, and what's more is that the head of this new commission that he just announced will be Mary Ann Glendon, who was the U.S. ambassador to the Vatican during the Bush administration. So interesting connections here.
You see, recently Sunday laws were made in Poland, and I quote from an article, they say, Sunday closing laws are rooted in natural law, a recognition of the importance of a common day of rest. They also said that courts have agreed with what the church has always taught, that the benefits of a day of rest are knowable through natural law. So where is this agenda going to go? Well, we're told, of course, the change from Sabbath to Sunday was her mark, that is the papacy, and the act is a mark of her ecclesiastical power and authority in religious matters. You see, there's nothing natural about these Catholic laws. They were not even the original laws of God. God made the seventh day holy, which falls on Saturday. If the Ten Commandments summarize natural law, then what day does a natural man know to be the day of rest and worship? Science does seem to indicate many natural rhythms that revolve around a week cycle that God seems to have bred into us and into nature. For instance, some studies have shown that the systolic blood pressure, which is when the heart is squeezing and pushing the blood through the body, is up to 10% less on Saturdays. Also, beavers have been observed to take a day of rest on the Sabbath.
It's Sunday. The beavers are back out and busy. They've obviously come back out of the lodge. They look healthy. So I'll just keep watching and see what's on their schedule for this week. Another week of observation, and the beavers were out every day, busy as usual. Sunday through Friday at about the same time every day. And then came Saturday. And just like the first week, all was quiet again. This continued on week after week, month after month, summer and winter, with the same results. alive because I can hear them. I can hear them inside the lodge here. Listen to this. I guess these guys need a day off too. But why did they pick Saturday?
My dad has been watching these beavers for about 16 years. He's been getting to be kind of an expert on beaver behavior, at least with this family of beavers.
They seem like normal animals, except we've never once seen them out on Saturdays.
Furthermore, some birds have been noted to rest on the Sabbath day.
Miles Willard is an avid birdwatcher and award-winning nature photographer. The reason I'm telling you about him today is because of an unexpected discovery he made while looking out the window of his home in Michigan. Each fall, he meticulously tracks and logs the number of migrating warblers that stop by for a rest in the big cedar tree in his yard. After tracking the activity of over 1,500 warblers for 18 years, he was surprised to see a statistically significant dip in the number of birds stopping by that occurred on every 7th day. Did these migrating birds have a built-in instinct that somehow made them follow the biblical principle of a Sabbath rest? Why would it be hard to believe that God gave these birds a cycle of 6 days of work, followed by a 7th day of rest?
And there's a place in Africa where many witnesses have received manna from heaven, but strangely the manna doesn't fall on Saturday.
As the work to win more souls in Angola continues, it is clear that God's hand is at play, and we praise Him for all the success that is taking place in Angola. By the end of this campaign in December, the church expects to have baptized more than triple the number of new souls in Angola alone. Manna has been falling in this drought-stricken area since 1945. Curiosity killed the cat, and so Sid Media's director, Noel Sibanda, visited the area in the southern part of Angola to get the first-hand information. And as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Here we are at Nama Adventist Mission Station. We came, we saw, we smelled, we touched, and now I'm testing for the 3rd time just to convince you that indeed this is manna from heaven. The taste, I can't describe it. It tastes of everything that I've ever eaten that is so good.
I've also come to taste the manna, and I can't really describe how it tastes like. It is like honey-like, it's like a cake. I really don't have words to describe how it tastes like. Exactly, I don't know how to describe it. I just know that it's white and it's sweet. But the real taste, I can't have anything to compare with.
One question might be, did natural law itself change with the coming of Christ? Well, it's not very likely considering what we've just observed. You see, Pope Francis has an agenda, and this agenda is gaining ground around the world. The agenda includes the enforcement of Sunday laws, the Day of the Sun. Many Sunday laws have already come to pass in Poland, France, Germany, and Italy, among a few places in Europe. But also the move towards these Sunday laws has been often associated with the climate agenda. Not only does Pope Francis' encyclical on the environment recommend Sunday keeping, and not only is Comey's having a major impact in implementing Sunday in the European Union to protect the environment, but even the mainstream media is saying that in order to tackle the climate crisis, the work week needs to be shortened. And it's not hard to figure out how this is going to work out, as immorality is on the decline and climate disasters are happening everywhere right now. It's going to result in Sunday laws, and it's only a matter of time before the people beg for God's law to be enforced. You see, Pompeo and Trump seem not be going along with the climate agenda, and so many have thought that maybe they were standing up against the Sunday law issue. However, it's quite clear what is meant to make America great again. It is to restore Christian values in America, or restoring Catholic values, we should say.
My administration will stand side by side with the American Catholics to promote the values we all share as Christians and Americans. We will make America great again.
Just as they are saying that restoring the Christian values in Europe is meant to make Europe great again. And Trump, what does he say? Seems we have forgotten our history, the history which the American founders founded the country upon. True religious liberty. The man who wrote the document that formed the model of the Constitution explained why the First Amendment was put into the Constitution. He says that the purpose of separation of church and state is to keep forever from these shores the ceaseless strife that has soaked the soil of Europe in blood for centuries. James Madison. And so what did the Catholic Church do for centuries? Well, the millions of martyrs over the centuries throughout Europe by the Catholic Church declare exactly why we have the First Amendment in the Constitution. When this so-called natural law is implemented, it makes of no effect the law of the Constitution. And this is the fulfillment of the prophecy in Revelation 13 coming to pass. It will make of no effect the law of God. As new Catholic Attorney General William Barr has desired to have God's law enforced in America, so does the rest of the evangelical base that is in the White House right now. And so also has Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. But furthermore, the Catholics are right behind them. In other words, they intend to bring God's law back to America, starting with America and then going worldwide as the law of the land, as the Bible predicted. As most who are following my channel understand, America is symbolized by the lamb-like beast, and it is to make an image of the first beast, the papacy, just as the Bible predicted in the book of Revelation 13. Revelation 13:12 tells us that he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And who is it that says that they want to exercise all the power, which is the power of church and state in America? The President of the United States.
So the man walking, I was in Trump Tower, I pointed down to the sidewalk, there were people walking on the sidewalk. I said, then those people walking on the sidewalk are more powerful than you people in the clergy, the pastors, the ministers, the priests, the people in the clergy. They're more powerful. They said, that's right. I said, not going to happen anymore. They're really being silenced. We can't let that happen. We're not going to let it happen. And we're going to get that thing repealed. And think of the power we have over the Democrats, over the Republicans.
We are giving our churches their voices back. We are giving them back in the highest form.
And they will enforce the mark of the papacy soon. Sunday by law invoking what they call natural law. Revelation 13:17 says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The Roman Catholic Church bases its moral teaching on natural law. The law, of course, does not have all its basis in the Bible. God is a people who will be true to the Bible, and the Bible alone is the standard of their faith, who trust their God that when he gives us something written in stone, he means what he is saying, because faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God, not by the words of men. If you enjoyed this video, please help get these messages to people, share them, ask for DVDs, subscribe to our newsletter. Please like the videos also and comment underneath. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.